So he's he's really in shape for the moment. So I think we can maybe see someone going really high up here. But I don't think he's much of a boulderer. So let's see how he's going to manage the big balls on the start of the route.
So Matteo Becerra is out for France. Second French climber on the women's route in a row. Totally different side from Anne, but will she use the same beater? We shall see. Another question on Twitter, Jackson Honeycutt. That's a great name. How much time do the climbers get after they come out until they have to start climbing?
40 seconds.
And the reason I let you answer that is that set 40 seconds? I mean, do you try and sneak in as much time as you want? As much time as you can, sorry, or are you someone that you just want a quick look and then climb?
Well, it's really depending on the climbers. Some climbers really want to have as much time as possible to be able to read the route from the bottom to the top. Some just want to, just hang out a bit, I would say, just before to climb, just to chill out and before starting to climb. But if you are taking too much time, they will maybe tell you, okay, now you have to go. And if you really are going too slowly, then they will maybe give you a yellow card or. But it's 40 seconds. That's the rule.
You don't almost never see climbers sort of getting pushed onto the route, do you? Most people seem to come out and get on with it a lot quicker than 40 seconds. No. Dmitrii just needs to get the rope out from behind his leg, which might be easier said than done. Oh no, he's okay now. Now he used that tiny foothold for the left hand. I guess anything to handhold if you're strong enough. Mathilde, meanwhile, is bottom right, heading up towards the roof, getting pretty close to what's proved to be the crux so far. Dmitrii, as you say, is not a huge boulderer, but didn't seem to have any trouble.
No, it looks fine. So I think now he's gonna like it much more.
Yeah, he's certainly a bit lower down than you might expect to see him in the rankings. So it wouldn't be a huge surprise at all if he was to make the final hit. And Mathilde is through that move.
Powerful move there.
I was watching Dmitrii. I didn't see how she did it. Hopefully we'll see a replay. But she's through it and looking in pretty good shape. Doesn't look too tired. Taking something of a rest here. Keep an eye on her.
I think the girls' route from here on to the top is really hard. Maybe the start is a bit easier, and from there on it's really only hard moves and until the very last one.
Mathilde, though, she'll certainly be in first with this. She's the first climber that's well clear of the roof.
And now she has to cross to a big yellow. She should go again there. In the shoulder. Yeah, that's the right speed. And now she has to cross. But she doesn't like it, I think. And Dmitrii is managing the powerful moves there quite easily, I think.
Both climbers on the wall here looking really strong. Mathilde, one move too far on the women's route, but that's enough for a healthy lead at this stage. Always interesting in a lead, particularly in a semi where a move can look impossible and then climbers just suddenly begin to cruise through it as we get further down the order.
Yeah.
So Dmitrii just checks the time.
8 minutes in semifinals. But normally 8 minutes is enough in Kranj. I've never seen a timeout in Kranj, I think.
No, it is a short wall.
I mean, it can happen, but
yeah, you'd need to be going quite slowly to get timed out here. It's actually a bit been added, so we actually climb into the rafters here. It's a couple of meters higher than it usually is, but still quite a short wall. So Dmitrii,
I like his rest position there.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's like I call this in French the frog position. You know, he's like sitting there on with his both feet like compressing on the hole. It's quite cool.
Yeah, those holes are not very good. It just gives you an idea how strong Dmitrii is. I mean, looked like he was on holiday.
Yeah, and Dmitrii has an incredible finger strength. When I see him on some trainings, he can really hold some super small holes. I know he's training on the some fingerboards, and he can hold like really tiny holes and hang on there with one arm and do some crazy lock-offs.
Yeah,
I don't know how are the training facilities in Russia, but I think he has some big trainings on fingerboards, and that's where all his strengths come from, I think.
That is the last quick draw before the top that Dmitrii's got clipped now, and
he looks good.
He looks really good. Almost no sign of fatigue. You can see he's just beginning to fight now,
and he's still resting.
He's resting.
You don't see him here, but he's resting.
He's resting, kind of locked off. Oh no, okay, now his arm's straight. He was locked off on his right arm with it 90 degrees. I mean, there we see it. I mean, that's not, certainly doesn't meet my definition of a rest, but
this should be like the hardest section of the route, and he's just cruising.
Well, either the route setters have really underestimated the men here, or Dmitrii is in really good shape. I think it's the latter.
I think he's, yeah, really strong.
I think we're about to see a top here from Dmitrii. Something just fell out of his pocket. Doesn't seem to have been anything.
I think it was his bib number. Yeah.
Oh, it's his bib number. Okay, great. Yeah, you're right. He's lost his bib number.
No problem. You just have to start with the bib number, but if it's fall off, yeah, nice. Good.
So top from Dmitrii. We said he was a bit lower down the order than we might have expected.
And that's the first stop.
I think. Great to see him climbing well. As I say, didn't get on with the qualifiers as well.